Good morning. Hope everyone's fine. Hey, happy Friday the 13th. The best day of the year, I think, because I'm not a person that believes in superstition, but walking around and seeing people who are just spooked out because of the day is just quite surreal and funny to see. This is my third time watching this video. And why? Well, basically, I was talking through it. As you know, I don't edit my videos or anything of the sort. Reason being is because I just give it to you natural, give it to you in the raw format and you know, so that you can actually get genuinely rather than something that's possibly spoof. Anyhow, so in this video, and it's really good if you can watch it from beginning to end, reason being is because you may have picked up on things that will help you. So what am I talking about today? Probably four things. One is really interesting feedback in the market today. I am like a lot of other people who are out of job, looking for something to work with, work on. And basically what's happening is that I need to be able to just move this laptop, yeah. Just be able to yeah, just help others and people achieve some really good way of of landing a new job. That's one. Two is that getting feedback from recruiters, I'll show you that information. We're going to help two types of people. One who are out of job like me, and two is who are looking to get into cloud, but it's a tough ass market. How to keep breaking through that. So I'm going to leave you this phrase. It's called ready to be ready, right? There's this lady called my wife listens to her on her YouTube, and basically she uses a phrase which is be ready to be ready, meaning if you prepare and you do the work today, you're going to be ready for tomorrow for when the market does pick up. Meaning, if you study hard and you get your qualifications or you get your experience in your labs, then when it comes to interview time and talking to people who are actually taking a punt on those people who are looking to get into the market, which I strongly believe you can, despite what other people say that it's tough to get into, don't be disheartened. It can happen. You can get it to work. It happened to me when I first came over to England in 2002 when the after the dot-com bubble. Remember those days? If you're around in those times, or have you ever heard about it? There was a huge recession. Everybody was saying you shouldn't get into technology, but I went the opposite way of people. I went, yeah, I this is my interest. I love technology. I want to learn. I got my MCSE, and then I was applying for roles. And then, okay, jobs weren't paying as good, but I was like, hey, I need to get in. My first salary was like £12,000. You know, dude, how I live off of that, I have no idea. But £12,000, not a lot of money. Some people make that within a week in IT. So, you know, it, there you go. Anyway, I digress. Let's get to the point. So I'm sure I share my screen. You can probably see this. Let's talk about the current market. Why I'm seeing, funny enough, I log in today to do this video, took a look at the market. If I look at permanent work for a data engineer, there were like 300 jobs. Now there's 1,573. And I think that's because a lot of recruiters from last week and beginning of this week and out there hammering the phone to get what do you say now to get those people their clients to be able to get something into fruition into doing stuff. The other thing I'm seeing is a correction in day rate and also permanent rate because like Azure DevOps engineer, I was seeing majority of these at 40, 50 grand for the last 3 weeks. Now I'm starting to see it going back to how it was back in 2022 or beginning of this year at like 70, 75. You know, Azure infrastructure engineer, that's not bad. 60, 60, 65, I've seen a lot worse than that. And I am seeing some return of remote. Like this one is quite healthy. Azure DevOps engineer, fully remote in Manchester, permanent, you know. But you need it's really important for you to look at the job and see, hmm, is this something that I really want to do? Does it have interest in technology? Would it actually progress my career? Would it help me, where I am at the moment? Those are things that you need to look. But look, essential skills, 2 years experience. operational role with the cloud platform Azure. And offering 100% remote, 70, 80 grand. I think that's very decent. And I'm seeing this. So why am I saying this and why am I saying trend? Because when I'm talking to recruiters, they ask me how you find the market. I say at the moment it's kind of ridiculous. Reason being is because I'm seeing that these rates are, they're awful. They're like the salary that's being offered is very insulting because I've invested time, money into getting my qualifications and getting my experience to be able to get where I am today. Why is it so low? So what will happen is the recruiter will say, look, there's two types of clients that they have. One client is a person who's actually who has a healthy budget, who wants longevity in the candidate that they actually hire, right? Have a speedy interview process so that they could get people on board because they appreciate that good candidates right now who are on the market, like us, who want to actually be working somewhere, not going to really budge for anything less than what they're worth. Or they don't be in a predicament of they have a low rate and then you got a good candidate that comes on board. But then what happens is that they jump ship ASAP because the market's picked up and you get a salary at least 20% more. The market will pick up. It will. It's not if, it's just when. When would it do? I think quite soon. You know, if I let me just move this off. If I look at so this is Vanguard, it's the S&P 500. If I look at the recovery, very early on, what was that? We talking at the beginning of October, took a little dive, but now it's picking up. And I think that's picking up reason being is because America has said, uh, the Bank of America, that their base rate, that they're not looking to actually increase it anymore. So that's restoring confidence in the market. Hopefully, I'm not saying that because America said that this is a reason why the contract rates are improving. I think basically there's some sort of sense of confidence being coming into the market. So, let's just keep your eye on that. The other type of client that the recruiters are seeing as well, so that I don't get railroad or sidetracked off that, is that the other clients they do have a healthy budget, but they think they could get a good candidate at this point in time, who would be a lot less money and be able to work with them long term. And that's not going to hold. Reason being is because when the market does pick up and that candidate comes to you and says, will you give me a pay increase to match my skills with what's offering today? You say no, they will look to leave. Now, I was told that after some contracts for permanent roles do have some sort of notice period of 3 months, which I think is awful. And that's more than plenty enough time for somebody to actually look for something new. The other thing is that that you just don't want to be working for people like that, because even with contracting, when the market does bounce back, yeah, you're not going to stick at somewhere that you're going to get a day rate of 350, where you could go somewhere else that's going to pay 550, 600, 700. So yeah, for anyone who's listening out there, don't do that. Anyway, let's talk about what we should be doing. So what am I doing right now is I am reading up. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe if I just stop sharing, you can actually see this a lot better. Yeah. So it's hands-on Kubernetes on Azure. So why am I doing that? Because the book is keeping me sharp. It's giving me new insights to, like, what new skills and stuff there is that I can actually have. It's giving me insight as to how to actually improve my delivery. There's some toolings that when you're actually deploying and Googling, you don't actually come across some of the other toolings that you could have done. The book helps you. I will be looking to do my Kubernetes qualifications as well. So what will happen is that, I am getting ready to be ready. I am, knuckling down, making sure that my sword is still sharp, making sure that I actually do have the skills that to do that. I strongly recommend for those people who are out of job, take your mind off of going in and looking for work, and just try to update your skills as much as possible. Do appreciate that money is tight and you're sweating it, and you want to be able to get something ASAP so that you make sure that you're not falling behind your arrears, your rent, your mortgage, your utilities, and all those sort of things. I wouldn't want that for you, but at the same time, you need to be mentally strong and trying to get your qualifications. Qualifications, let's talk about those. So basically, what qualifications are all about is trying to, as a Microsoft service provider, what will happen is that if I want to be able to up my ranking in Microsoft, I would like somebody to have those qualifications. So what does that mean? If I were looking for security experts or security gigs, clients who want to actually have a security presence within their environment, they want to employ my firm, JC Burke Consultancy, to be able to deliver that. I will therefore have a certain amount of engineers in my business or registered to my company who will then sync their qualifications with my firm so that my ranking in Microsoft goes up. And that's why you'll see that some jobs say you need to be able to have XYZ qualification. Okay. And that's what you want to do. If you are an engineer, if you are someone who, what is it now? Who's breaking into the market, and you be able, you are doing a job at the moment that's not you're not fulfilled, but you want to get into IT and cloud. So then therefore there's a thing that you need to do. Look at that, 57 new matching jobs. Wow. I think that's just basically some jobs are repeated. Anyway, what you want to do is that, sorry, I got a little bit distracted there, is that you want to be able to have, that's decent. You want to be able to have your labs going. So what I mean, so Microsoft gives us, I think, credit of 120 or 150 US dollars a month for us to be able to deploy things in their free tier. And what that does is gives us the ability to learn. That's what I'm actually doing with this book. This is what I'm doing now, making sure that my skills are actually, honing in and getting out to date. I suggest that that's what you do. What I'm saying is, as well, is that you want to be able to have when you're your CV, where you are demonstrating that you have the ability of deploying cloud and understanding of cloud technologies, Azure. So what I would suggest is that you have in a section, and I can show you the CV template. If you just connect to me on LinkedIn and just say, hey, watch your video, CV template. I've got these little bulletins here that tells you like what to do and why and stuff like that. What we can do is probably neaten this up anyway before I send it out and share it. What you want to do is to then have a section that basically specifies, do user labs, remove job title, of course. You can have date started, if it's, don't do it if it's less than 6 months, but when it's over a year, you can say this is what you've done in your labs. This is what you've been doing. You want to say that you've deployed storage account, virtual machine using infrastructure as code, which is ARM template, Bicep, Terraform, those kind of things. It is a lot of work to be doing on an afternoon. You want to sacrifice a weekend time as well. Do appreciate that some of this do want a life, have kids, etc., etc. But if you want to get on this market, this is what you want. What else? That was about it. And you can just specify if things aren't really good. I would, when it comes to your CV, your location, you should always remove your address. And because the reason why I say that is quite simple. If I wanted to be able to spoof your identity or sell it or manipulate something or even open up a credit card. If you've got your name, your address, email, and your telephone number, I more or less have your identity. And this is what's happened to me where somebody's done this. And I was just like, how is it possible that, I'm getting this mail or I'm getting, this problems? And I found out that these hackers, these, scammers and stuff like that, they can actually go to JobServe and open up an account as a recruiter. Because at the end of the day, I don't think any of these boards, validate things. It's just you pay. What it is that, but this is like 3 years, 4 years ago. So then what will happen is that, yeah, these things are just happening. And I was just like, I was getting like unsolicited mail. I was just like, I didn't open this account. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. So what is happening? Is it when I change the location, just say England. And of course, I put the right telephone number in when it comes to recruiter. But yeah, once I removed that, I wasn't getting those problems. Anyway, so in this video, we covered off one experience in today's market, what you should be doing if you're out of a job like me, what you should be doing if you're trying to get into a job, you know, these kind of things. How to do your CV template, all those things I've shared. I think that is it. I think I've covered as much as I possibly can. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy your Friday the 13th. See you soon.